The episode centers on 13-year-old Jamie Miller, accused of murdering Katie Leonard, with the investigation led by D.I. Luke Bacham and D.S. Misha Frank. The police meticulously gather evidence, including Jim's shoe at the crime scene, his Instagram activity showing aggressive comments, and CCTV footage placing him with Katie before her death. Jamie consistently pleads his innocence, employing a no-comment strategy during questioning, while his father Eddie grapples with his son's potential guilt and his own protective instincts. The one-shot filming technique enhances the tension and suspense, drawing attention to subtle details and character reactions, particularly Jamie's nervousness and Eddie's fluctuating emotions. The episode concludes with a revelation of CCTV footage showing Jamie involved in a physical altercation with Katie, leaving the audience questioning his true involvement and setting the stage for further investigation in subsequent episodes. Episode 2. Episode 2 of Adolescence unfolds primarily within the school setting, following the investigation into Katie's murder and revealing the complexities of the relationships between the students involved. The police investigation, led by Bacham, initially focuses on Jamie, but their lack of concrete evidence and the discovery of a potential motive through Adam's testimony leads them down a different path. Ryan's nervousness and evasiveness ultimately lead to his confession of providing the murder weapon and his involvement in a plan to scare Katie, resulting in his arrest for conspiracy to murder. The episode highlights the dysfunctional school environment, characterized by unruly students, apathetic teachers, and the emotional fallout among the students, particularly Jade, who grapples with grief and anger amidst the chaos and revelations. Bascom's personal connection with his son, Adam, deepens, and he finds solace in their shared experience. The episode concludes with a somber reflection on the aftermath of the tragedy and the lasting impact on those involved. Episode 3. Episode 3 of Adolescence, set 7 months after the initial incident, focuses on Jamie's therapy sessions with Bryony, who attempts to understand his behavior and motivations through a series of insightful and challenging conversations. Jamie's interactions with Bryony reveal a complex personality marked by mood swings, defensiveness, and a troubled relationship with his father, Eddie, whose expectations surrounding masculinity significantly impact Jamie's self-perception and actions. The episode delves into the events leading up to the crime, highlighting a chain of events involving bullying, the leaking of nude photos by a classmate named Fidget, and Jamie's subsequent interactions with Katie, the victim. Jamie's confession about potentially assaulting Katie, followed by his desperate plea for Bryony's approval and fear of his father's reaction, underscores his emotional turmoil and the severity of his underlying issues. The episode concludes with Bryony ending the therapy sessions, leaving the audience with a profound understanding of Jamie's complex psychological state and the multiple factors contributing to his actions, showcasing Owen Cooper's compelling performance. Episode 4. 13 months after Jamie's arrest, the Miller family attempts to regain normalcy, but their van is vandalized with a homophobic slur, highlighting the community's negative reaction to the case. Eddie, Jamie's father, struggles to cope with the situation, while Amanda, his wife, pushes him to confront the reality of Jamie's upcoming trial and the possibility of him pleading guilty. Their eldest daughter, Lisa, grapples with the situation, expressing frustration and a desire to remain in their home despite the community's hostility. The episode delves into the complexities of their relationship, revealing Eddie's past trauma and his attempts to be a better father, as well as Amanda's guilt for not recognizing Jamie's struggles earlier. Ultimately, the episode concludes with Jamie pleading guilty, and the Millers, though heartbroken, begin to accept the new reality, finding solace in their family bond and choosing to move forward despite the challenges. Jamie's probable innocence and why he killed her. Katie's murder is immediately disproven by CCTV footage. The video shows the boy stabbing the girl in a car park before leaving. His intentions are the sole remaining mystery. Bascom's visit to the kid's school shows that Jamie and Katie weren't pals. Despite Katie's Instagram presence, Katie's comments were subtle but evident barbs at Jamie for being an insult. A member of an online community of guys who hate women and think they can't have their sexual attention. Thus, the boy's murder of the female is retaliatory. Jamie was bullied, as Jade's attitude toward him and his buddy shows. Under Brian E.A.R. Ton, who regularly talks to the accused to grasp his perspective, his intricate thoughts emerge with much effort. Initial interactions between Brian E. and Jamie look friendly. The latter, however, has violent and angry outbursts, like pounding the table, tossing items, and yelling. Thus, the boy accidentally shows his rage and use of intimidation. Additionally, the 13-year-old appears to strongly believe that he should be active but isn't attractive enough to get such opportunities. He appears stuck on the assumption that underpins men-women relationships. He believes boys like him must mislead girls to attract their attention. Jamie's murder of Katie is linked to these horrible yet vital beliefs. Before her sad demise, her news was circulated around the school, making her socially exposed. Her peers mocked her body. Jamie tried to manipulate the issue by pretending to empathize with the girl, to have her consider him as a boyfriend. He was using her vulnerability to advance his ambitions. He admits later that he didn't like Katie. Jamie believes that cornering girls at unguarded moments is the only way to get sex close to them due to his insular social message, combined with the growing but fabricated obligation to engage in behaviors. This drives him. Katie immediately saw through his pretense that night and said she wasn't desperate enough to go out with him. Thus, she directly hurt his ego and continued to insult him on social media. Jamie's violent outbursts led him to pursue Katie and threaten her with a knife. The girl died from many stab wounds, indicating an angry, homicidal attack. Jamie was politicized by toxic and terrible misogyny, which shaped his life. Jamie's plea change ends the story well. However, one must question what changed his mind. Jamie continues to deny killing Katie during his meetings with Brian months after his incarceration. He claims the video was phony and that he never hurt her. The conversation that follows shows a darker side of his mind that disagrees. The boy talks about Katie with growing indifference after her death. Jamie insults Katie's character and body. He thinks she's terrible and doesn't mind manipulating her while maintaining his innocence. He says she deserved to be slain due to her terrible nature. He believes Katie's rejection to date him and calling him an incel makes her a vile person deserving of death. He believes he's good since he actually assaulted her at knife point when he could. Jamie first prepares to plead his innocence because of this stark difference in personhood and morality between men and women, due to his victim mentality. He believes his actions will never be as awful as Katie's. He doesn't think he's damaged anyone or that he's guilty, even though he's responsible for Katie's murder. While it's unlikely he's self-reflected, he may have taken Brian's suggestion and sought mental health facilities during incarceration. This would have helped him realize his mistake, or that the court system didn't share his views.